Beautiful Monday morning, right here. New week, fresh week for us to discuss some of the trending news on the covers of the newspapers. Welcome to Frontpage Review, right here on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM here in the heartbeat of the nation. My name is Simeon Sunday.
My name is Gesire Agua. Good morning to you and welcome on board. It's been a weekend of drama, a lot of things happening over the weekend. But hey, before we get down into it, just know that we're live on YouTube. It is at VOP 961, Voice of the People, Abuja, right? You can go and join us live on YouTube, Voice of the People, Abuja. Let's have a conversation together. We're also on WhatsApp. You can call us on WhatsApp and regular call as well. It is at 0700 0700 010 961 961. I'll take that again. The number to call or join via WhatsApp is 0700 010 961 961. A couple of things happened over the weekend, Simeon.
Yes,
I don't know if you caught up with the story of the pastor who had raped and flogged a lady who, because she was late to the church, right? I don't know if you caught up with that story.
I saw the story of that particular pastor, it is quite, appalling, unacceptable, especially knowing that we're Nigerians, of course, those who want to find soccer. Rather than finding soccer in a particular place, you go there to receive maltreatment. You go there to receive some form of abuse, whether psychological abuse and even sexual abuse and all of that. It is totally unacceptable. And it's a good one that report surfaced, and of course, the law have decided to take its course on that particular matter.
It's really, really interesting, but something happened over the weekend, Simeon. Someone tried to steal my car, and at this point in time, the FCT, you need to be very careful. That's just the thing. In a residential area, you have to be really, really, really careful at this point in time. Try as much as you can not to leave anything in your vehicle. Try as much as you can to park in a place that is safe. If not be compound, kindly leave your car at home. If it's not inside a compound or security individuals are there to help guard and protect the vehicle, then please do not park in a place that is not guarded for any reason. Don't park there.
When you told me that story this morning coming into the studio, I felt really sad. And, I just had to see how law has actually broken down, in the FCT. FCT used to be a very safe place. FCT used to be where you used to hear minimal cases of robberies and all of that, shoplifting, kidnappings. But now, insecurity has now so bedeviled the FCT. And it is necessary that the FCT, Minister Yeson Wike, even the lady representing the FCT as well, Ireti Kingibe, should also do well. Not he hard trading blames with the FCT minister always on the covers of the newspapers. Something ought to be done about this morning. It's 7:30. And of course, it's time for us to, head straight to the covers of the newspapers. But before that, Gessi, I saw something that happened this morning on my way to work. And please, I will beg Nigerians, please be safe. And it is also necessary as Nigerians that wherever pedestrian bridges have been made available for you to use, please use them. I witnessed an accident this morning right in front of me while coming to work. This one is not, I did not see it. It's not like it has happened and I saw it. This one happened right in front of me, and then I saw how frail human nature is. Just one moment you're here, the next moment you're gone. And that's the case of the man that was knocked down across the Kubwa Expressway just by the Katampe Extension Bridge. Wow. Close to is it to the MRS filling station there, right in front of it, trying to cross the expressway, and immediately a vehicle just knocked this young man down. Really sad development this morning. And please, this is also me using this opportunity to call on the relevant authorities to please go down to that particular road and evacuate that body. The FRSC, the Nigerian police, the NSCDC, please It's by the Katampe Extension Bridge. The corpse of the young man, as at the time I passed there, was still lying there.
Wow.
Causing a little bit of traffic.
Rest
That
his
particular
soul.
access. May the soul of that gentleman rest in perfect peace.
Amen. All right, we'll be going across a couple of headlines this morning. We'll be joined by El-Rufai in just a moment. But before we do that, we have a couple of headlines also talking about abductions here and there, kidnappings. There was a bridge crash in Maryland in the United States. We'll be checking out that story on Bay Bridge in Maryland. A couple of people have been injured, and there was a really crazy crash there. And then there's still a kidnapping. We'll find out just how the police is trying to sort that out. We have also manufacturers are planning a price hike, a general price hike. This is as inflation is still on a high. We're still seeing manufacturers planning a general price hike. What that would look like, we'll get to check that out in just a moment. We'll be joined by Rufai, trying to contact him.
Okay, while we try to get across to Rufai, we'll also talk about the headline on the Sun newspaper, where the SDP presidential candidate Adebayo is calling out the governance of President Bola Tinubu, saying Tinubu is playing politics, not governance. And also still on the headline this morning, we'll be talking about the FCTIRS calling out a particular socialite and businesswoman who had a 5-day birthday celebration in Grenada. And the FCT Revenue Service is now going after her and asking her to, file tax refunds.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Rufai.
Morning, yeah.
All right. How's your weekend?
Very well, very well.
Good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Rufai, the Super Eagles did a bit of justice to us over the weekend, so I just wanted to bring that up because we talked about it on Friday, and we're seeing them moving on to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
All right. Look at this particular story on Punch newspaper this morning. We're talking about kidnapping epidemic and talking about traffic device shortage hindering the police probes. Tracking device shortage hindering police probe. Now, there are strong indications that a shortage of tracking equipment is hindering police investigations into kidnapping incidents in the country. Now, top sources within the Nigerian police force on Sunday told newsmen that the police had continued to rely on the state-of-the-art tracking device belonging to the DSS, resulting in long delays in investigations and arrest of abductors. Now, Mr. Rufai, this issue of abductions is not today it started. In fact, it became a thing when it was the South, there was that issue of militancy and all that. It became really big in the news at that time. So from then until now, is it possible the Nigerian police have still not found a way to get their own equipment, that they have to rely on the DSS?
I don't know, but I think the Nigerian police should be able to make their own investments and get things working as regards tracking these kidnappers. That's just the pure and simple. I think that's what they should do. Because we cannot afford to keep depending on the DSS and other security agencies when we're not getting anything out of it. That's what they should do.
Okay, quickly, let's also talk about, the drama brewing, especially in the West African region, talking about ECOWAS, where Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger have actually, exited ECOWAS. That was the report we heard, sometime late last night, and it's the big news today across several newspaper platforms. And we've seen all the reports that ECOWAS is trying to, have conversations with this group, so this country that decided to exit from, the ECOWAS. Now, looking at this bloc, has this not shown, the fact that this bloc is torn apart? And will ECOWAS succeed in bringing Mali, Burkina, and Niger back into the fold, knowing the antecedents and what ECOWAS said when they started the military junta, across these countries?
The truth has to be said, is a proxy warfare going on between Russia and, the West. That's just it. There's a proxy warfare going on between Russia and the West and all of that. So So if the proxy warfare is on, I doubt if those countries want to come back, and ECOWAS need to meet and all of that. So,
All right, Mr. Rufai, there's a bridge crash in Maryland, and it's a crash that involves more than 40 vehicles. It closed all lanes on the heavily traveled, the US 50 Bay Bridge in Maryland on Saturday, and it injured about 13 people, and it caused a heavy traffic for about 6 hours, authorities have said. And I mean, this is a very, very sad situation that we're seeing, evolving at this point in time. According to the news, right, the Maryland Transport Authority has said that the morning crashes closed the bridge and then caused major delays for motorists. We're seeing a lot of issues like this all over the world, crashes here and there. Is it that we're not building, is it that we're not doing the right things when it comes to building or erecting structures that are supposed to convey individuals, convey traffic?
truth is, I think there's a proper investigation that should come out as regards what caused the crash and all of that. So if we get that investigation out, then we can even know how to now set up an inquest and ameliorate the challenges and ensure that nothing of such ever happened again. That's just it.
Okay, let's also talk about the drama right now. I'm sure you're aware of the Grenada celebration that happened, a 5-day birthday celebration of a socialite. And right now, the FCT Internal Revenue Service is now asking Aisha Chimugu, who recently celebrated her 50th birthday in Grenada, to file tax returns to the agency. Looking at this, is this a case of the FCT putting their nose at, Revenue Service where it doesn't really concern them, even though we know that this is what this lady ought to do, knowing that she's a businesswoman who's also based in the FCT?
She was going to face the tax authorities. She was going to face the tax authorities, pure and simple. She was going to face the tax authorities. That's just it. You can't say that somebody threw a lavish party and then at least we will see what she pays in income taxes. I mean, tax accountability matters a great deal.
All right. We're talking about Serap, and they've alleged that governors of Nigeria's 36 states and ministers of the FCT Abuja, they've diverted 40 trillion naira meant for local governments since 1999, and they've urged the governors and the current minister of the FCT to disclose details of FAC allocations that were meant for local governments since the return to democracy. Now, Serap has also appealed to them to promptly invite ICPC and EFCC and all of that. Now, the question right now is, we've had issues where the governors are sort of mounting a protective shield against the local government chairmen. I mean, they're sort of figureheads. That's what we see these days with local government chairmen. They're nothing but figureheads. They don't get the monies that have been allocated to them. They don't get what is due to them. So at this point in time, what can we really do in terms of lawmaking, in terms of the legislative? What can we do to forestall that?
Go back to what we were doing initially, where the local government had full autonomy. When I say full autonomy, they were able to manage their resources. In fact, INEC used to conduct local government elections. Go back to those days and ensure that we don't even have a case where the governors control everything. We have a state electoral body and all of that. Let's go back to those days, pure and simple. So that's just it. Let's go back to those days, because it was the same governors that went and manipulated the system when all of this happened initially. Let's go back to those days.
Okay, also quickly, let's talk about Nabia, as it says a recurring issue in the news this morning. And according to reports, Nigerian police have now unveiled the identity of, in quotes, the murderer. That's what, Daily Trust reports this morning. And according to the Nigerian police, the man who has been linked to the kidnap and killing of, Nabia and her family, is a 28-year-old young man called Bello Mohammed of Zamfara State, and he was apprehended on the 20th of January 2024 in Kaduna. This man was actually arrested with 2.25 million naira in cash, which was believed to be proceeds of ransom by the Nigerian police. So looking at this, is this a good one from the Nigerian police, or is this more of a wish-wash media trial, just as we've seen again, which has to do with the Nigerian police? Will this get to the end? Well, we get to see more corporates brought to book.
I think they should do more investigation. I mean, we're so quick to parade people and do more investigation. Let's get to the end of it, and let's ensure that we get the right people that did the crime.
All right, Mr. Rufai, we're moving on to governance at the moment, the economy, and Governor Hope Uzodinma of Imo State has said 8 months is not enough to judge President Bola Tinubu's administration, and he stated this on television. I remember when it was Jonathan's administration, right, and the APC were in opposition. I remember at that time, just 2 months, barely 2 months, 3 months into his administration, and the APC, they were already insulting, they were already shouting, they were already saying this, saying that about the PDP's administration at the time. So how long is enough to allow governance to take its hold, to allow some of these policies settle down, and then we can now start judging the performance of a government?
I think 8 months is more than enough. I don't like it when people try to divert our attention and say 8 months not. I think it's more than enough. I think what the government should do is start working on those things and ensure they get results on time. 8 months is more than enough to judge Tinubu's administration. So I don't subscribe to that.
Okay, anyway, could this be the reason why also on the headline this morning on The Sun, we've seen the SDP presidential candidate in the 2023 election, Prince Adewale Adebayo, states that the president, rather than playing, doing governance, he is now playing politics. That is what Adebayo actually said this morning on the headline. What do you think about his statement?
Politicians will always say things the way they say things, but most importantly, what is in it for the people? That's my concern.
All right, we're looking at insecurity and banditry in the north, and the Vice President Kashim Shettima has said that corrupt governance is responsible for the crisis of insecurity and banditry in the north. Now, we know this is something that we've always heard. So who are the corrupt individuals? Who are the corrupt government officials? Who are the individuals that are responsible for the crisis of insecurity and banditry in the north? Mr. Rufai, we've faced this for over 12 years now, this issue of insecurity, especially in the north.
I think people should not just talk. The corrupt individuals, you can't just hypothetically just mention them. Go ahead and bring the facts out and let the authorities investigate, pure and simple. We can't just hypothetically say, corrupt individuals responsible for this, that. Let the facts be brought out, pure and simple.
All right, we saw the Chief of Army Staff giving a directive to, some security agents, and he was telling them that any individual who is criminal in nature must be apprehended and brought to book. In that directive, this was over the weekend, in that particular directive from the Chief of Army Staff, you have to understand that we've heard this, we've seen this, we've over and over we've heard the Chief of Army Staff give a directive, or the President give a directive and say clamp down on these individuals, but we've not really gained any a significant stride in this fight against insecurity. Mr. Rufai, what else can we do? Is there a stone that we're leaving unturned in this fight against insecurity?
I think there are many stones we're leaving unturned. I think the most important stone we've left unturned is sincerity. And when we don't put that to the table, then we don't get anything. So can we be sincere? If we are sincere enough, our agencies, our security agencies, we need to do something about it. Yeah, so.
Mr. Rufai, based on investigations, based on, there was a time where some BDC Yes, some BDC Bureau de Change individuals were accosted by the police, were arrested by the police, and then there were some investigations trying to find out terrorism financing in the country and all that. Is it possible that those investigations led nowhere? Is it possible?
Because government was not ready to push on it. That's just it. Yeah. So, but it's sad.
If the government is not ready to push on it, what then can we, ordinary Nigerians, do? What can we do? Because some individuals are talking about, because of the increasing level of insecurity in Abuja, we've had a lot of individuals who are talking about getting arms for themselves to protect themselves. And we know that that's constitutionally, that's illegal. You cannot just have firearms in your home without licenses and all that. So what exactly can individuals even do for themselves to protect themselves?
Individuals are helpless because you can't allow them to carry firearms, because that would be a return to anarchy. So you're pretty much helpless, and that's why we keep calling on the government. And you see, that's why we keep calling on the government every time. That's just it.
All right.
Anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Rufai, for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
On the Frontpage review.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day, Mr. Rufai. You sound like you're under the weather.
Yes, I am under the weather. I should have cancelled, but I just said let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Do get well soon.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we just spoke with Rufai Seni, who is under the weather. Okay, hopefully tomorrow it gets better and it gets fine. So our prayers are up for Rufai Seni, so it gets better as quick as possible, so we can actually have more vibrant conversation right here on the Front Page review. We'll quickly go on a break. When we come back, we'll still dig into some more headlines and give our own analysis to some of the headlines we talked about this morning. And remember, we're also live on YouTube. Kindly join the conversation, drop a comment as well at Voice of the People Abuja, or you can also call us up to react to any of the headlines or comment via our WhatsApp platform, or call us up, same number, 0700 010 961 961, 0700 010 961 961. We go on a break. I'll be back in a bit. Stay with us.
Bye there.
Inakwana.
Good morning.
Ilahiala.
Ekaro.
Obohia.
Good morning.
Mewo.
Edio. Tutuama. Keideo.
Good morning. Rise and shine. This is the morning ride. We have got an action-packed day ahead with headlines, sports, business, great conversation. Start your day right. VOP's morning ride. Weekdays from 5 a.m. Good morning. Good morning.
Are you aware that Iruka Online Limited installed and designed a 100,000 capacity church building? Oh yeah, we are the sole distributors of global leading brands all over the world, such as Wafday Line Array, speakers and digital amplifiers, Preseno's digital mixers and studio equipment, Coswell workstations and keyboards, Fender guitars, Mapex drums, Ashdown bass combos, just to mention but a few. We offer flexible payment plan handled by our financial department with 24/7 customer care support system. You can visit our website on www.iruka.com to avoid buying fake products. You can also visit our showroom at number 36 Lagos International Airport Road beside Golden Tulip Hotel. Iruka, never settle for less.
Are you traveling to Lagos and desire a perfect getaway?
Look no further than the luxurious accommodations at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, number 42 Murtala Mohammed International Road, Lagos.
Relax and unwind in our beautiful appointed rooms, featuring all the amenities you need
for a comfortable stay.
Now, whether you are traveling for business or pleasure, our attentive staff is here to ensure that your every need is met. We also offer complimentary pickup and drop from the Lagos airport.
Why not take advantage of our state-of-the-art fitness center, outdoor pool, and enjoy a delicious meal at our on-site restaurant?
With stunning views, world-class service, and a prime location, Airport Golden Tulip Hotel is the perfect choice for your next vacation or business trip.
So why wait? Book your stay today and experience the ultimate in comfort and luxury at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel.
For bookings and reservations, please call 0815-8003-333 or 0815-7003-333. You can visit our website at airportgoldentuliphotel.com.
Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, where luxury meets comfort.
Believe me. I'm coming in hot.
Now, you can enjoy the original taste of premium American Romeo's Pizza. Juicy, just the way you like it. To order online from Guarimpa, call 090-8831-5908. Gariki 090-8831-5906. And Lupe 090-9238-9861. Romeo's Pizza, the pizza champions.
Coming in hot, just like the beat.
We have been serving you hot and fresh content on radio, and you have been loving it. Now we're taking it further. Catch us live on YouTube at BLP TV for all the juicy content you can't resist. Talk shows, exclusive interviews, news, lifestyle, and more. It's all about you. BLP TV, show up, speak up.
Glory to God and to the Lamb. Beauty to the throne of eternity.
Brotherhood of the Cross and Star presents the Everlasting Gospel Movement on Radio every Saturday, 6 to 7 p.m. on 96.1 FM. Tune in and be blessed. Thank you, Father.
As a sharp business owner, you know you need to advertise your business, right? Don't lie, you need the adverts. So what better platform to advertise than with VOP 96.1 FM? Our rates are friendly, our reach extensive. Take that bold step and advertise that business today. Give us a call on 080-766-06162 or visit our office at number 4 Ogbomosho Street, Romeo's Pizza Building, Area 8, Abuja.
Welcome back. It's Front Page Review, Voice of the People, 96.1 FM. If you're just tuning in, well, you are welcome. If you've been here, well, you have the opportunity to join the conversation. It is at 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. That's the WhatsApp platform. That's also the number to call to be a part of the conversation as well. Now we'll be checking out headlines. We read out a couple of them, which saw a couple of them with Rufai Hussaini earlier, but we'll just help flesh out some of these conversations because he was under the weather and we didn't really get much out of him. You know, when you're not feeling well, there's something that just goes on. So yes, we'll check out a couple of headlines right now once again. Now let's look at kidnapping and the Nigerian police, what it's saying about what's going on with the tracking devices and what's hindering the police probes on some of these kidnapping epidemic. Now, there are strong indications that a shortage of tracking equipment is hindering the police investigations into kidnapping incidents in the country. Top sources within the Nigerian police force told newsmen that the police had continued to rely on state-of-the-art tracking device that belongs to the DSS, Department of State Services, resulting in long delays in investigations and arrests of abductors. There have been multiple records of kidnappings over the last 6 months, while the police have remained incapacitated in taking prompt action to determine the whereabouts of the victims. However, the force PRO Olumuyiwa Adejobi assured Nigerians that the police are working to get enough trackers. He advised families of victims to go to private companies for tracking and bring the results to the police for further action. Simeon, I don't know what to say about this.
I saw that part of the report. Of course, that seems to be like a caveat, basically, because that is what it is. They've told you, the shortage of tracking devices. The police can barely track at this point because majority or most of the devices used in tracking the whereabouts of individuals who are being kidnapped is owned by the DSS. That's the Nigeria Secret Police. And of course, it means that we all understand the bureaucratic process of getting access to other equipment or even documents that is domiciled in another agency of government. It includes so many letter work, so many approvals by heads of that particular agent, both agencies, approvals by certain individuals and signatories to that particular equipment or document. I totally understand some of these statements, but in a country like Nigeria, it is quite saddening to hear this. Nigerians are not concerned about the shortage of tracking devices. When you look at the budget, even the 2024 budget as well, and what is being budgeted for security alone, you get to ask yourself, Nigerian security outfits and agencies should have no excuse as to why nothing has been done to provide enough security for Nigeria. And this includes providing tracking devices for all the security outfits of the country, ensuring they have all the equipment that will actually help them in ensuring that security is paramount when it comes to dealing with this. So hearing this particular report, especially the police telling us that they have shortage of trackers because it is domiciled with the DSS, and because of this they are now enjoining Nigerians. When you have issues of kidnap, when you have issues of your family being taken away from you, go to private firms, let them use their own tracking device, track your the whereabouts of your family member. Now bring the details or the findings of this private security outfit to the Nigerian police.
Let them now use it. Funny. It's funny
when you
to
hear reports like this, it sounds
it's like you go to a hospital. It's like you go to a hospital and then the doctor says, go outside
and
do
do the test, malaria test.
Go outside and do the tests and then bring it to the same health center at this point, because how then are you supposed to protect Nigerians? How then are they supposed to even trust you and your services? Because this isn't the first time we're seeing abductions. This isn't the first time we're seeing issues of kidnapping, right? Simeon, one would think that these tracking devices are vital in fighting this kidnapping issue. It's very vital, and one would think that they would prioritize getting their own tracking devices. What is so difficult about the police getting their own tracking equipment? What's so difficult about that? Why can't we see them have their own tracking device? I mean, they have the budget for it. Monies have been disbursed for insecurity. Monies have been disbursed for fighting insecurity in the country. This is how many years down the line since before good luck we've been fighting insecurity. Till today, we still do not have tracking devices within the Nigerian police force. This doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense at this point. In fact, the IGP should not even, they shouldn't even be allowing this kind of information get out. It should be a thing of shame to the police to say that, oh, we do not have tracking devices. We rely solely on the state-of-the-art facility or the tracking devices of the DSS. How does it make a lot of sense?
It's quite shocking. I even saw a report earlier talking about Nigeria's budget when it comes to security. As at December, I saw the report by the international. It's an investigative reporting group in the world. And I saw how much, according to their report, was even earmarked. According to, them, it was stated that, 11 security agencies will get about, 6.93% of the total sum of the 2024 budget. And when you put, the monies together, you get to realize that, this is about the federal government even proposed 1.9 trillion naira for the 11 security agencies and even the Ministry of Defense and Interior headquarters here in the Abuja, basically from the 2024 budget. So when you hear the trillions of nairas that have been earmarked for, the security agencies, you now ask yourself, normally for agencies of the government, there should be scale of preferences and scale of importance. We've seen how insecurity has bedeviled the country. This is to show that there are certain equipment that should be sacrosanct and paramount. They should put more of their effort in ensuring they acquire such equipment so that things like this do not come up in the news. Hearing that DSS, the tracking devices with the DSS, and now they are not even telling Nigerians, if your family is being kidnapped, go and meet private security outfits. Let them do the tracking for you. Don't bring the information they're giving to you to us, and let's deal with it. So it is totally abysmal.
At this point, you have to look. We have to take it back to 2020 when we launched registration of NIN and linking the NIN to your SIM cards. Right? There was that time where there was a deadline where December 2020 was supposed to be the deadline for linking your NIN to your SIM cards, where if you do not link it by December, you are going to be barred. I remember in 2021, the president at the time, Muhammadu Buhari, came out to say that NIN will help us fight insecurity and identify crooks. The president's spokesperson at the time, Femi Adesina, he said that the president, while launching the national policy for promotion of indigenous content in Nigerian telecom sector, he said that proper identifications of all Nigerians and all legal residents in the country and the ability to conveniently access a database will enhance effective planning and security oversight. He said that the NIN will cover one of the weaknesses in our security structure. We will be able to easily identify and know the personality of Nigerians. We will identify people easily, including the crooks. So what happened since then?
What happened is what happened. We've had the ministry in charge of that, which part of the NIN thing is domiciled within that particular ministry. Issa Pantami at the time, still within Buhari's era, dragging the police, saying they are not using it. So, see, it's been a back and forth amongst
So who is the problem here at this point?
At the end of the day, you should know that we as Nigerians, we the citizens who are at the receiving end of this, are not the problem. Rather, those who are in power, those who have access to this information, those who have actually institutionalized this in the first place to avert all this problem we found ourselves in, are the problem, and they should be ones to answer to this. I think let's not even overflow such matter. Let's move on to more trending headlines and talk about this particular trending issue that has to do with Mali and Burkina Faso, as well as Niger exiting the ECOWAS bloc. And according to reports, Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger Republic announced just yesterday, which was Sunday, that they had quit their membership of the Economic Community of West African States. And the three countries which are currently under military rule said they ceased to be members of ECOWAS, as the regional body had allegedly moved away from the ideals of its founding fathers and Pan-Africanism. But the ECOWAS Commission, in a swift reaction, said it was not aware of the withdrawal of the three countries, adding that Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali remain important members of the community and the authority. And in a joint statement on Sunday done in Ouagadougou, Bamako and Niamey by their military leaders, that's Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso and Colonel Assimi Gota of Mali, as well as Brigadier General Abdul Rahman Tiani of Niger Republic, the three countries announced their withdrawal from ECOWAS. They claimed that ECOWAS had become a threat to its members, and also its member state. And this is why they've decided to withdraw their membership from this regional bloc. And also they noted that their membership withdrawal was with immediate effect, as at the time they made that statement, which was Sunday, the 28th day of January 2023. And now looking at this particular development with these three countries, I was also expecting Guinea to be a part of it as well, because we've seen what happened in that particular country. But so far, let's look at the implications of this. So from the moment we've seen some of this military, announce their return to military rule away from democratic dispensation, we saw the economic bloc, ECOWAS, handle down some sanctions on this particular country. One of it was even a neighboring country, Nigeria, where we saw withdrawal of power supply from them and certain things. And we also saw them countering Nigeria, saying no plane should actually fly across their airspace and all of that. The truth is, for those who have actually monitored the outcome of this since it began, especially these francophone countries that decided to return to military rule, we knew that this was coming, that there was going to be a time that they were going to unanimously withdraw their membership from ECOWAS. And of course, we know that ECOWAS was set aside basically to foster economic activities, amongst member nations, talk about the free trade zone, which we've seen it has not happened so far. Non-visa. Now, even some countries now, even as a Nigerian, for you to go to some of these countries now, you even need to, get a visa to go to these neighboring African countries. This has gone to show that, in fact, the essence of ECOWAS in its first place, the essence of the establishment of this regional bloc had long been defeated, even before, these three countries announced its withdrawal from the bloc in the first place. Some of the things we've looked at, bolstering economic activities across member states, the ECOWAS region. We've talked about single currency a long time ago, which we did not even see come to plan, to fruition. And then you get to ask yourself, what is even the essence of ECOWAS in the first place? Even the ECOWAS peacekeeping force, it used to be very vibrant back then. I remember Nigerian military, we used to have a lot of Nigerian army officers, military officers being sent for peacekeeping mission across the ECOWAS bloc and even beyond the ECOWAS region as well. That was when the ECOWAS peacekeeping force used to be a vibrant thing. Now you get to ask yourself, where is this peacekeeping force? Have we even heard about them? Are they doing what they ought to do? Because even some of these regions, these countries within this bloc are dealing with insecurity, where the military even have to come internally get to find a way to arrest this. So you get to ask yourself, is it that ECOWAS, just like NYSC, had lived its essence in the first place? Has it gone beyond failed in ensuring Pan-Africanism, which is part of the essence for the establishment of this group in the first place? Now, looking at this, you ask yourself so many questions. Should it be scrapped? Should nations now find a way and just stay on their own, defend themselves, still find a way to boost economic traits amongst other countries within the region and outside the region? Because I do not even see the essence in the first place.
Well, at this point in time, we'll also have to liken it to Brexit. I mean, it may not really be the same situation that led to them wanting to leave ECOWAS, but I mean, you standing in isolation puts your country at a risk, because when you're together with a lot of countries, that means you're talking about bilateral trade relations. lockdowns, you're talking about ease of doing businesses within those free movement of goods and the people in that region. You're also talking about the fact that look at Niger now. It's just here. It's literally just here, close to Nigeria. And if you're leaving ECOWAS, what would that look like for your trading? Yes, between ECOWAS countries and you, that you're leaving ECOWAS. What would that look like for your security? That means that Nigeria can no longer perform its big brother role in helping you in case there's an issue with security in that particular area. And now we're seeing a situation where these countries are trying to isolate themselves, and they've turned to Russia for help. Just what exactly is that effect? Turning to Russia for help, could it be that is what has led to this particular thing, saying that they should leave ECOWAS? They should leave ECOWAS, even though they've not come out to tell ECOWAS directly. They've not given the statement directly to ECOWAS. They've come out to say it, make the statement generally. But what that effect would mean for those three countries now is what is left to be seen.
Anyway, let's just see how the development unfolds, and if truly, just as ECOWAS have actually said, they've not gotten an official or formal notice of the exit. Let's see if ECOWAS will officially get the formal notice, since that is what they want to see before confirming the reports and the exit from the bloc.
Manufacturers are planning a general price hike. Manufacturers have predicted fresh hikes in the prices of commodities in the market to rise in response of the continued fall of the naira against the US dollar. Now, on Friday, the naira plunged to 1,420 per dollar at the parallel window of the foreign exchange markets. Now, the president of MAN, Francis Meshioye, on Saturday told newsmen that the naira, which has now remained at over 1,400 in the parallel markets for 2 days now, would lead to price hikes in the economy. He said it is not possible to remain profitable with this exchange rate. The first challenge is breaking even. It means the prices of things will be higher, and the income is not there for people to buy things as they should buy as things become more and more expensive. So the demand will become low, and this will affect our bottom line. The break-even point will also become critical. So what businesses should do is to ensure that they break even at this time. It is critical and very challenging time for us. Meshioye predicted that these price hikes were unlikely to resonate with consumers whose spending power has been continuously depleted. According to him, the frequent fluctuations in the forex market have made it difficult for manufacturers to make long-term plans. So this floating of the naira, is it doing us more harm than good? This economic policy of the president, is it really doing us more harm than good? Because at this point, it seems as though the naira is floating away. We're at 1,400. That's officially now. I mean, the forex markets will open again this morning, and we will see what that would look like at the end of today. But at close of business on Friday, it was 1,420 naira to a dollar. Who then is bearing the brunt of this? Because don't forget that as a country, we spend in dollars. As a country, our budget is in dollars. Oil, dollars. Every single thing we do as a country is in dollars. So you have to look at the fact that the purchasing power of the naira has also depleted, because once dollar goes up, every other thing equally goes up, because you have the businessmen, they have to make money at some point. You're seeing here talking about breaking even. It will become critical to break even as a businessman. So when that happens now, who then bears the brunt of it? Isn't it Nigerians, the consumers of whatever products these individuals are selling? So I don't know. This floating of the naira, who is it helping? Is it doing us more harm than good? Should the president actually look at this floating of the naira and give us a unified exchange rate? Should we have one exchange rate and move on with our lives at this point?
Anyway, before I get to answer that, let me clarify on something. So some Nigerians still misconstrue the conversation we're having when we talk about the Nigerian doing most in dollar. and of course our budget in dollar. Yes, we know that when they release this budget, we hear in trillions of naira. But most of the budget is based on Brent crude, the benchmark for oil, which is traded in dollar. So for those who don't understand, that is what we mean. But we know that the budget is usually, when they bring out the budget, it's usually in naira. But most times it's not like this monies are somewhere domiciled. Our foreign exchange is in dollar. So basically, when you look at all of this, dollar in a way affects us. It affects the economy, and the fluctuation of the dollar to the naira is now becoming a problem for Nigerians, especially for manufacturers who are now crying out that there is no sustainability for them. There is even no profitability in doing business if the naira to the dollar keeps increasing almost on a daily basis. As at the weekend, it was 1,420. And manufacturers who are heavily dependent on importing its raw materials, when you look at this and then you see that you want to withdraw, now you go to the market these days, most people do not even give you a price. If they give you a price for today, tomorrow you come, you see a different price. Someone was giving me a story of a supermarket where in fact, when you go to their store now to buy, most supermarkets will put the price that will stamp it on the item. That a particular supermarket in the area in Abuja have now removed the price stamp on every of his products. All you have to do is go pick the product and you come to the cashier point and they tell you the amount there. Don't see a price on their stand, and then by the time you come, there's variation by a certain amount of money, and you say, oh, why did you do this? Now they come to the cashier, be the ones to tell you the amount, and this is because of the problem we're having with the exchange rate. And it's necessary that the federal government find a way. Kadoso is now laden with a huge responsibility to ensure that this doesn't damage our economy. It doesn't pose challenge for manufacturers. It doesn't even pose a challenge, because when these are some of the indices investors look at before coming into your country. We've seen several countries or government agencies, government individuals, the president, even governors. Recently, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu went to Grenada to go and find investors, speak to even the Prime Minister of Grenada, even though some Nigerians said he went there for birthday ceremony. He just used the visits as, a charade, so that Nigerians don't see he went for a 5-day celebration to go and celebrate someone's birthday, to bring in investors into the country. When they want to come in, these are some of the questions they ask. This is what they look at. And the reports of the West about the economy of Nigeria is not friendly at all. And even the local media is not even helping Nigeria at all when it comes to, because some of these investors, when they want to come into Nigeria, they do suddenly ask questions. Some of them even have to Google and surf the internet, check your GDP, check out your the inflation rate in your country, check out all of this, and then make their decision if they should come in or not. And when they start Googling about Nigeria, they start seeing Shell leaving, they start seeing GSK have left, they start seeing that ShopRite is closing, they start seeing certain reports. They get to know that this economy might not be friendly for our business. Let's take it somewhere else. And that's why we've seen most countries, manufacturing companies, international companies, set base in Ghana instead of Nigeria. Something ought to be done by the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And also, let's talk about more training issues before we move on. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation. We are live on YouTube at Voice of the People Abuja. Just find us, Voice of the People Abuja. Join the conversation, subscribe to our page. You can also drop your comments as well. We will read them as they drop. And remember, you can also call us up via the studio number, or send us a message on WhatsApp or a voice note via the number 0700 010 961 961. 0700 010 961 961. And now let's talk about Nabia's story, as this has been a recurring news across several newspaper platforms. And just over the weekend, we saw the report by Daily Trust that Nabia is trending, and of course the headline says how police unveil identity of murderer, in quotes. That is what Daily Trust reports. And according to the writer, it says Nabia, a 400 level student of biological science at Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, who was abducted and killed by a kidnappers, trended on X after police unveiled the identity of a murderer, in quote. And Nabia's father alongside her sisters were abducted in the Bari Area Council of the FCT on the 5th of January, and she was killed over inability, or the family's inability, to meet up with the deadline of the 60 million naira ransom payment initially demanded. And according to the police on Sunday, the police force said it had arrested a suspect linked to the abduction and murder of Nabia. And the force said Bello Muhammad, 28 years old, of Zamfara State, was apprehended on the 20th of January 2024 in Kaduna with 2.25 million naira cash, suspected to be proceed of ransom. And immediately the police released a statement to that effect, and ex-users have actually taken to their account to express their concerns over this issue. And of course, I'll take a few of the comments by some Nigerians on the issue of Nabia and the police unveiling the identity of one of the suspected killers or kidnappers of Nabia and a family. Some Nigerians have actually questioned this. Some have actually said it's a nice one. Idris Abdul Ahmed with the handle NRS underscore Idrisa have actually said, nice one. That's just 2.2 million out of perhaps 200 million. Can the police intensify more effort to follow this money and get this evil man? Please delete him. According to this is what the person is actually saying. And also I saw another comments congratulating the Nigerian police, saying may the enemies of Nigeria continue to fail. This is the social media handle user Omar bin Jabir saying this. Kudos. A lot of people saying this is an amazing development, and some are questioning it, because you always see this happen, and some are lauding the police, some are also questioning the validity of that particular information. And a particular user Tonye Barkanista says kudos for the arrest. And another person said with the handle Adania T said this might be a propaganda that police should stop telling us. They should they should show us the evidence of the person being the one involved in this. But we know that investigation is on, and of course the police will inform us as updates are unfolded.
Okay, at this point in time we have to call it a wrap on the show, but we have a couple of WhatsApp messages here. This one here says governors have been stealing our monies since 19 Kokoro. They should do the ICPC and other anti-graft agencies should wake up to their responsibilities. Okay, I think that's based on the governors diverting 40 trillion naira local government allocations since 1999, says Serap, right? This message here says on this issue of kidnapping in the FCT, we're calling on Ireti Kingibe and the FCT minister Nyesom Wike. It is not to sing in a band. Do your jobs and protect Nigerians. All right, please be putting your name. Let's be knowing.
It's a sing in a band. Before we'll see, as they paint them, he did sweet toss.
And he likes to dance.
But it's the truth. Just recently, we saw that same band in Abuja. They were here. I think sometime a couple of weeks ago. The head of the band was here performing. I think at a particular event here for Nyesom Wike, where he was. But it is necessary that, especially touching on the issue of insecurity, that this administration, our President Bola Tinubu, as well as his leaders and the heads of the chiefs, security chiefs, take the issue of security very seriously. Nigerians are tired of not sleeping. Before now, the kidnapping cases used to be that certain roads are not safe. These days,